In this video, we're going to be talking about using our voices to release energies. And so without further ado, let's get into it. Hi and welcome to Oaklaw Door. My name is Claratio. For those of you that are returning subscribers, thank you. For those of you that are new here, welcome. It's good to have you here. So the voice, using the voice to release energies. And this is something new to me, and I'm not even going to profess that I could teach you how to do this because I can't. I will leave you the link of my teacher. I'm currently on a Vedic chant course. It's been a year-long course where we meet up every 6 weeks or so for a whole retreat day, and we learn different chants and we do different activities to help us step into our authentic voice and use our voices in a much more authentic way. So I will put the link in the description box for you. My teacher's name is Serena and Wendy. The two of them do it together. And it is a phenomenal course. I'm going to say I knew a few chants. Chant hadn't been very big on my spectrum throughout my journey, but it had started to filter in, and I didn't really know what I was going to get out of the course, but I am getting a lot from it. So I'd highly recommend it, especially for those seeking and who have started their soul sovereign journey. What I found last week, one of the exercises that we did last week, and I did mention it in the video on Tuesday's video, I believe, is we had to do a hideous, it was initially hideous, I'm going to say, exercise where we had to make sound. We had to attune to our bodies and feel whatever we were feeling, whether that was good, bad, indifferent, from our toes all the way up to the tops of our heads, and allow that to come out of us in a sound. And obviously, normal reaction, everybody was going, oh, I don't want to do that, because it goes against everything we're taught. When we're babies and we're making sounds, the first things our parents do or our guardians do is to get us to say actual words, to use our voice with words. And this is doing and going right back to that kind of baby stage of just making noise, just making sound. And it's very powerful, immensely powerful. What I actually found doing that, the first time was hideous because it was just you and somebody timing you and kind of holding space for you. The second time, they actually chanted, which was like a bass chant, and I found it very anchoring, and in that anchoring it allowed me to feel more comfortable in attuning to my body and then making sound from what I was feeling. And at some point during the 3 minutes that we were doing that, what actually occurred was a much deeper connection to the divine. And it was almost like I was transported, and what was coming out of me didn't feel like it was mine. And it was interesting because I could really feel, because where it was coming, it was a primeval and it was an old, and I know when I was up in Iona, I could feel that there was something in me that wanted to come out. And I can remember with the girls that I went to Iona with, I can remember saying, I just feel like I want to scream, but it won't come. And when I was doing this exercise, I didn't feel the need to scream, but I could feel my sacral chakra, and it was in there, and it was gnawing, and it was only afterwards, and I don't even think it was immediately afterwards. I think it was the next day that I was kind of thinking, oh yeah, the sacral and the throat are connected. They're the corresponding, like your south node, north node. They're the corresponding. That's probably not the best example, but you get the idea of what I'm saying. They're the corresponding chakras. And I was feeling that, and I was able, and I was pushing it out, and it was pushing it out to begin with. And then when it started to be released, as I said, halfway through, I had this massive shift. And when we finished, and this is all, it feels like, and when I'm describing it, it feels like it was like a day-long thing, but it was 3 minutes. It was just 3 minutes of doing this. But I felt like I've been doing it all day. And I felt so much had changed. And I know both the masculine and feminine suffer and have suffered because of the way we live our lives in modern culture, with blockages within that sacral chakra. But there are a lot of women that a lot of things have happened to them, and especially kind of 40 upwards, society was very different. There were certain things that you couldn't discuss, or you kept to yourself because you were made to feel the shame. And so for a lot of women especially, there is a lot of held energy in that sacral chakra that doesn't belong there. And I'm sharing this because it was such a profound shift. And as you know, I have been doing my healing since 2013 on a daily basis. And in those 3 minutes, I shifted such a lot. Now, yes, it was because I was ready. There was time. I'd taken off those layers of the onion. I was in a place and a space that it was ready to get rid of that. It was right to get rid of that for me. You may not have that same profoundness of shift. You may. I can't say that. I can't say, oh, we'll do this and you will have X, Y, and Z, because it's all dependent on what we're ready, where we're at ourselves, in our emotional bodies, in our mental bodies, in our physical bodies, is to what we're ready to get rid of, what is safe for us, where we feel safe to get rid of that. What I'm saying is, it's worth a try. It was massive, and I can remember coming out of those 3 minutes thinking that was very similar to what's done in somatic healing, where you actually move. Now, I've done some somatic healing. I've also done breath work. All of those created shifts. This, though, was very pronounced. And a lot of it, I believe, was because I had that base energy. I had the most beautiful soul holding the space for me, chanting that base that was allowing me to anchor so that I could transport myself into a realm where I was able to release what needed to be released. I would highly recommend the course that I'm on. As I said, I will leave. I'm not I'm not affiliated or getting any payback for this. It's just that I always recommend the people I have worked with when I have had such a monumental breakthrough. And so I will leave the link in the description box. What I have found since that happened is I am allowing myself to sing much more. I'm allowing, even if I'm kind of just doing it in my head and I'm not actually using my voice, but I know in my own home I am using my voice a lot more. I have noticed a huge difference with my chants. My chants now are not here, they're here. They're coming from that, and it's really pulling down in. So it's not even just here, it's pulling right the way down through the core of my body. Whereas before, when I was chanting, it was kind of here, and there was a little bit in the heart space, but it was mostly throat. But now I find it, since I've been able to shift that energy, I'm able to pull it down through my core. It's well worth exploring. It may not be for you. You may be listening to this and going, nah, that's not for me. That's fine. Don't discard it completely. You may come back to it. You may not. It's all a journey. We have to honour what feels right for us. If you have liked this video, hit the like button. If you've not yet subscribed, press the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you get notified when new content goes up. I shall see you all on the next video. You take care. Bye bye.